With the advancement of technology, I faced with the question, can we install apps straight to our brain? Let's talk about it. First of all, we should know how our brain works. The brain controls your ability to think, talk, feel, see, hear, remember things, walk, and much more. It even controls your breathing. The brain works just like a computer, in some way at least. Although there are differences between these two. For example, they both transmit information, but computer do it with electricity and electrons, while brain uses chemicals. But let's break it down, shall we? Let's take a storage for an example. Most computer users will get by 500 gigabytes of storage. Creatives, gamers, and other data-heavy users will often rely on additional storage on cloud or portable SSDs. For sake of argument, we'll give the computer an average of 1 terabyte of storage space. But what about the brain storage capacity? Well, it's complicated. A Stanford University study estimates that the brain has 200 billion neurons. Neurons can combine to assist with the creation and storage of memories. Each neuron has roughly 1,000 connections to other neurons, with over 1 trillion connections in an average human brain. This overlap effect creates an exponentially larger storage capacity. Based off our understanding of neurons today, which are very limited, we would estimate the brain storage capacity at 1 petabyte, which would be the equivalent of over 1,000 to 1 terabyte SSDs. Also, I'm working on a video about can we live forever if our brain theoretically uploaded to some sort of computers. So if you like that, subscribe. You can always unsubscribe later. I don't want to confuse you and myself, so I want to start a boring, long conversation of difference and similarities of brains and computers. I just say the results. Links for whole articles are down in the description if you like to read more. Computers have more processing speed, but the human brain is way more energy efficient. It consumes 10 watts of power, less than a light bulb. Now that we know some differences between them, let's continue our discussion. We can read the mind in some ways, like you can think and it will type what you think about on a computer.
The goal of our research collaboration is to restore function to people with paralysis. This can be people who have a spinal cord injury, people who have a neurodegenerative disease like Lou Gehrig's disease.
We're able to eavesdrop in on electrical activity and slide a cursor across a keyboard and type out messages.
Our research is focused on an area called the motor cortex. The motor cortex is responsible for generating movement on the opposite side of the body. Even in cases where you have paralysis, those cells, those neurons in that area of the brain are still active.
I don't know why more people aren't talking about this, but it's crazy. So we have actually another video about future of smartphone that says more about mind reading technology. You can check it out after this video. Now that we talked a bit, let's make a different argument. Do we want to install apps in our brain? The whole reason for computer was their faster processing speed than human brain and recalling what we saved. Because, you know, human brain has a priority system. We can remember our first date or our wedding night forever, but you can't remember what you ate last week at 5 p.m. Computers can and will remember everything equally whenever you want them to. So why we want apps in our brain? The answer is we don't. Good enough interface we could command to a cloud service. It does the processing, even saving, and just send back the answers and results. Then we can remember what we had at 5 p.m. Wednesday last week if we want to, and we can answer to this equation at will, or just thinking about ordering a food and it will be there. We would have some problem though. For example, social media companies are collecting every data that they can for targeted advertisement. I don't like that they will be able to read my mind. There are some hidden walls of privacy, and I don't like that they break into my private thoughts as well. So before all this advancement, we need a security system that's nobody, and I mean nobody, can read your mind. Don't get me wrong, I like to have targeted ads. It helps you for buying what you want and sometimes think that you never thought you want. But again, listening to your conversation with your friend is a lot different from what you're searching on Google, let alone what you might think. So we should stand for our privacy now for a better future. Thanks a lot for watching us until the end. If you disagree with anything, leave a comment down below. If you like this episode, leave a like. If you don't, press dislike. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.